Hello, all you XNL idiots. I'm living here all the way from Chicago again, playing the same game from my last video. And I made some changes, as you can see here if you looked at my last video. Added some new C zones. Added a 33, 32, and a little one right there is 31. I got these off. Oh yeah, and that one right here. I got these off from the internet concerning house rules. So I think it makes it more realistic, and the Mediterranean is a lot more bigger into sections this time. Not so easy just to go through the Mediterranean, especially against the Allies. It makes it easier for the Centrals. In fact, I'm going to refer to this game not Axis and Allies. I'm going to refer to it as the Centrals Ententes. That's a real word called it. Centrals and Ententes instead of Axis and Allies, 1914. So if you remember my last video, this is just, I don't know what round this is. It could be 12th or 13th round. I didn't keep track. I should have, but I didn't. Some of that to you. But this is how the war looks right now. Africa, a couple of rounds ago, they drove the Germans out. As you can see, German territories are all taken over in Africa, either by the British or the French. Now, here by the Ottoman Empire, Ottomans ain't doing too bad. I think they got about 21 IPCs. You see the Transjordans, as you see there, is contested against the British. British don't have much there. This is they're going to have to pull out. With the Austrians helping guarding Constantinople, which should be called Istanbul. I don't know why Larry Harris didn't correct that. But there you have it. And I had to use a German tank for the Ottomans because I don't have any tanks for the Ottomans, so I just used the German one right there so the Ottomans can use it. Because I can't get any from historical board gaming because they ran out. So I put me on a waiting list to get so I can get more tanks, even some aircrafts as well. As you see there, in the corner there, the British, the main transports, and the units that are going to be crossing here in the next round. Either Transjordan or back to Egypt. I don't know yet. But as you see, the Ottomans, of course, lost their little fleet. As well as the Austrians, they lost their little fleet as well. But the Ententes still have their fleet intact, pretty much. And if you go over here, let's look at Russia. They went through a revolution a couple rounds ago. And now they're going through a civil war, which I picked up from YouTube, a man called Lion in the Trenches. He inspired me to have the civil war. I was ready to hate it when I saw the video, but if you tweak it a little bit, it does work pretty good. And so now, with the plastic pieces is the communists. The metallic pieces right there is the imperialist Russia. Of course, I had to use a tank for the communists like that because they don't have the tanks of their own, so I'm using one from Austria concerning that. And as you see here, the communists had a couple of territories from the imperialists. Now they're up to 8, whereas the imperialists, they're down to 4, but Karelia, which I have as a production center in this game, is contested, so they're actually only be able to collect two. They only have two territories. Their production center is contested. Now, concerning the revolution, how that went, I was looking at various house rules, and the treaty against the Centrals and Mother Russia indicates that Germany gets these three territories out of the mix: Poland, Belarus, and Livonia. Whereas the Austrians, they got Ukraine under the treaty. And of course, the Ottomans got Sevastopol under the treaty. So it's all theirs. And so Russia was left with only 12, and they split that against the communists and the imperialist Russia. Where the imperialists had to go to Karelia, split up their forces. The other half of the forces, went to the communists, and so communist is Moscow, and they could build out there as well. And as I indicate, they got two of those territories away from the imperialists. So what I did, I tweaked line in the trenches house rule a little bit, and I just split, when the revolution began, I just split up their forces equally, and their territories as well. They got 6 each in territories, and I tried to split it evenly in units as well. And so, like I indicated, that's the way the communists look, plastic pieces. That's the way the imperialists look with the metallic pieces, those pieces which came from Risk. Because as I indicated before, from my other videos, I couldn't really buy the game because it's too expensive for me. And I'm out of a job right now due to injury. So, but I got this board along with the rules and the boxes and the markers for only $5 plus shipping from Historical Board Games. So if you really want this game for yourself, go that route. If you can't afford what the cheapest I saw was $70. That's not including shipping and handling. And so for the pieces, I'll show you the piece of where I got from Risk later. But there's a new piece on the board here, are the mines. As you see right there, the mines. I got that from Historical Board Gaming. Got a pack of 10 for pretty cheap, not even $5. So I put it all the way around the map, as you see there. Back to the war. Now the Austrians are doing pretty damn good. We're up about over 40 in IPCs. Like that. 20, 10, 30, 35, 40, 41, 42, 43 in IPCs. They're doing pretty good for themselves. As you see, they're going pretty much all out against Italy. And Italy with their green metallic pieces, that's them. And the plastic green pieces are America. America's trying to help them out there. You see the northern territory of Italy under Austrian control. And then in Tuscany, it's contested, as you see there in my symbol there, contested. So Italy's pretty down. So what? They're only collecting what? 6, 7 IPCs. Yeah. But as I indicated from my other video, Tuscany is also a production center, so they're still able to build out of it. But as you can see, there's the Austrians. side right there. And there's America and Italian pieces right there at that side. It looks like they'll evolve pretty soon, because in my house rules, I didn't like the out-of-box victory condition, so inspired by house rules, and I've tweaked it a little bit. What I'm going to do, as you know, I got from laying trenches, the Civil War, of course, the Revolution in itself came from out-of-box. And so instead of victories of controlling 2 capitals, which is pretty hard, it makes the game way too long. What I propose is that one side, the winning side, all they got to do is either capture, in combination of capturing a capital, or make other countries go into some form of a revolution. Not exactly as Russia had to do, but to make them sue for peace. So the rule I was inspired by the house rules on the internet calls for taking enemy countries' core territory, which means not counting colonies or other enemy controlled territories, but their core territories. For example, Italy's. Their core territory is about 5 lands. If the enemy gets 3 of the 5, Italy has to sue for peace. They have to offer the sue for peace. And the or I should say, the Centrals accept it, so Italy would be out of the game. So they should accept. We have to accept Italy's suing for peace. Otherwise, it'd just take a whole lot longer to get involved with Italy. So if one side gets the majority of the other sides, either capturing their capital or in combination of making them sue for peace under these conditions, then they would win the war. Say, the Ententes have 5 different nations. For order for them to lose, they'll have to lose 3 to either being captured territory or suing for peace. So it'll make the game that much shorter. This game right now is pretty long because it's really my first game of playing the game, and I'm still tweaking rules and such. Now on to France. France ain't doing too bad in money-wise, but of course, also a couple of territories, the core territories to the Germans, but they got money from Portugal and the colonies in Africa, of Portugal's and, as you see, the Germans' colonies. So they're not too bad money-wise in IPCs. I think they're up to 26 now. So they're about 2 ahead in IPCs. Now the Germans, I should say the British, they ain't doing too bad either. They're up to 35 in IPCs. So they're up 5 with the benefit of getting Arabia. They had Transjordan at the time. And the colonies from Africa off the Germans' territories. Plus getting the Belgian Congo as well. On to France. As you see there, that territory in Captain Picardy land is the French side. The blue metallics and the tank. I couldn't get from historical wargaming because they ran out, so I had to use this kind of tank from a attack game. And as you see, the British are helping them out in defense-wise as well. Otherwise, they'd be in serious trouble. Now, the Germans, they have lots in Picardy. Of course, they got the Lorraine, of course, Belgium. And right there, the Ruhr is a production center. So they're building out of there. Let's take a blimp, right? They just built a blimp because two of their blimps got destroyed. As you see there, that fighter with a white red ship underneath, I was inspired by a house rule concerning aces in the game. How to make them aces, and what I found out is any fighter that destroys another fighter or a Zeppelin, they're promoted after the battle to an ace. So which means instead of attacking or defending at 2, is at 3. So Germany, actually there's 2 chips underneath, 2 are aces, whereas one of the French's fighters are promoted as well. As you can see, America, not much they can do in IPC wise, so they're holding even there. But they're building, and many transports. I'm having them going into Italy to protect their interests so they don't have to sue for peace. Early in the game, they went all the way to Transjordan, and along with the British, they beat off the Ottomans' big forces over there. But as you see, Ottoman came back after the Americans had to go into Italy to help them out. See, they have many transports, as you can see, and a big fleet. A couple of destroyers that protect against submarine attacks, which the Centrals aren't buying, so they're just concentrating more on building units, land and air units, or to have a quicker victory against the Ententes. And let's see what else. I think that's all I can say. Oh yeah, one more thing. See that fleet there of Britain? Well, they're going to help out the Russian imperialists. So they're going to transport from here to there next round to help them out defensive wise, because the treaty is between the Centrals and Mother Russia. The Ententes didn't sign that treaty. The rest of the Ententes didn't sign that treaty, so they're able to help them out. But the Centrals cannot help the Communists in their war against Mother Russia, because the treaty indicates no, and the House rules as well. But if the imperialist Russia should happen to fall out of the game, guess what? The Communists are going to be on the Central side, and the Ententes have another nation to deal with. But if it's on the reverse, if the imperialists somehow beats off the Communists, they go back to the Entente side against the Centrals. But that's going to be pretty difficult. That's going to be quite a while there. Now let me show you the pieces I got from Risk, because I can't afford the pieces from the out of box. So this is what I use right here. Let me show you here. The top one right there. the gold piece, metallic piece, and the middle one is plastic because I didn't have, it didn't come to, I didn't have many metallic pieces to go with. So I had to rely on the plastic real yellow piece for the Austrians. I'm not using the cavalry yet, but I was inspired by the house rules and how to use them. And I'll show you in a future video how to use the cavalry in this game. And it's too late to bring them into this game right now, but I propose that cavalry would cost 2 IPCs, and in the beginning of the game, each nation was start with a set of them. As I said, they'll cost 2 IPCs, and they can transport either 2 infantry or 1 artillery, 2 spaces. No blitzing, of course. And of course, the cavalry can outnumber your troops in a territory, otherwise you're instantly destroyed. So that's what I propose. Now for the Germans right there, there's the black metallic pieces. That top piece here I'm using for a Zeppelin for the meantime until I get a better piece. And concerning the Zeppelin, in my game, they can only attack production centers up to the territory's worth. And but also they can either also attack a land, same as a fighter, at a 2. Also getting the artillery's aerial view, so I can up them up to 4 instead of 3 in attack-wise. Or defense-wise. That's what the Ottomans looks like right there. There's a silver, grayish figures right there. And they have enough metallic cannons, so I had to rely on again the plastic pieces, which is great. So what American looks like, they didn't have enough. I only had metallic pieces for up to 6 nations, so I had to rely on plastic pieces for the Americans. And as you see there, they're actually revolutionary pieces, but they look pretty cool anyways. The Italians, they're the green metallic pieces. You know, the Napoleonic theme to it, but they're kind of war with Napoleonic anyways, with modern technology anyways, concerning the First World War. That's what Britain looks like. They had the plastic yellow, mustard yellow green pieces. There's the French, the blue metallics, Mother Russia, the red metallic pieces. Now I had to improvise for the communists right here. As you see, I had to use red plastic pieces for the communists. Now back to the flying aces. As I indicated before, all I got to do is destroy a blimp or enemy fighter, and they're promoted to an ace. Instead of attacking or defending at 2, they're at a 3. Put this on top, they're an ace. After the battle, they're promoted. So I hope this is all informative to you. Yeah, I'm in the process of moving from my place into another, so it'll be a while before I make another video. As I promised Sam Kenny, I'll try to give the rules of my version of the Centrals and Ententes. No limit. Signing off.